The word anarchy often evokes images of chaos and disorder, conjuring up visions of lawless societies consumed by violence and instability. However, in the realm of international relations, anarchy takes on a slightly different, albeit equally significant meaning. Derived from the Greek word anarchos, meaning without a ruler, anarchy in international relations doesn't necessarily imply utter chaos. Instead, it refers to the absence of a central, overarching authority that governs the interactions between states. This fundamental concept forms the bedrock of international relations theory, shaping our understanding of how states behave on the global stage. Unlike domestic politics, where governments hold a monopoly on the legitimate use of force within their borders, the international system lacks such a central authority. There is no global police force, no world court with binding jurisdiction over all states, and no world government dictating the rules of engagement. This absence of a global sovereign has profound implications for how states interact with each other. Without a higher authority to enforce agreements or punish transgressions, states are left to navigate a self-help system, relying on their own power and resources to secure their interests and ensure their survival. The concept of anarchy, therefore, lies at the heart of many key debates in international relations, influencing how scholars and policymakers alike grapple with issues of war and peace, cooperation and conflict, and order and disorder on the world stage. Understanding the concept of anarchy, then, is crucial to making sense of the complexities of international politics. It provides a framework for analyzing the motivations behind state behavior, the dynamics of international cooperation and competition, and the challenges of maintaining global order in a system characterized by the absence of a central authority. All right, so let's dive into how different theories in international relations view anarchy. Realism, for instance, sees anarchy as a state of perpetual conflict. Nations are always in competition, and power is the ultimate currency. On the other hand, liberalism offers a more optimistic perspective. It suggests that even in an anarchic system, cooperation is possible through institutions and mutual benefits. And then there's constructivism, which brings a unique angle. Constructivists argue that anarchy is what states make of it. They believe that the international system is shaped by ideas, identities, and social interactions. Now, let's debate the impact of anarchy. Is it a source of perpetual conflict, or does it contain the seeds of cooperation? Realists would argue that in an anarchic world, conflict is inevitable. They see the international arena as a self-help system where security dilemmas are constant. Liberals, however, would counter this by pointing out the numerous instances of international cooperation, such as trade agreements and alliances. They believe that through dialogue and institutions, states can overcome the challenges of anarchy. Constructivists might add that the nature of anarchy itself can change. If states start to see themselves as part of a global community, the anarchic system could evolve into one of greater cooperation and peace. In a world without a global ruler, nations must navigate a complex web of alliances, conflicts, and negotiations. Without a central authority, states rely on their own strategies and resources to secure their interests. This environment can lead to both cooperation and competition, as countries seek to balance power and maintain stability. The absence of a global ruler means that international relations are constantly in flux, requiring nations to be adaptable and resilient in their foreign policies. Imagining a world without rules can evoke both dystopian and dreamlike scenarios. On one hand, a lack of regulations might lead to chaos, where might makes right and the strong dominate the weak. On the other hand, it could also inspire visions of freedom and creativity, where individuals and communities thrive without oppressive constraints. This duality reflects the inherent uncertainties and possibilities of an anarchic world, challenging us to consider what kind of global society we aspire to build. International institutions play a crucial role in attempting to tame anarchy. Organizations like the United Nations, the World Trade Organization, and various treaties and alliances aim to create frameworks for cooperation and conflict resolution. These institutions provide platforms for dialogue, establish norms, and facilitate collective action to address global challenges. While they may not eliminate anarchy entirely, they help to mitigate its most destabilizing effects and promote a more orderly and predictable international system. Anarchy remains a fundamental aspect of world politics, shaping the behavior of states and the dynamics of international relations. Despite the efforts of international institutions and the presence of powerful states, the absence of a global sovereign means that anarchy continues to influence how nations interact. Understanding anarchy's enduring influence helps us to better grasp the complexities of global affairs and the ongoing quest for stability and peace in an unpredictable world.